Hi there. My name is Bill Warner and I'm with EntreDot. I'd like to continue this discussion we started yesterday on cash flow management. And we talked about the kinds of things that you would normally do to shore up your cash flow, manage it on an ongoing basis. What happens though if your cash flow issue is very, very serious? That is, you're not seeing your way out of this uh, uh, for a very long time. In fact, you may not know how to get out of it. You're losing money. Uh, you may be in a situation, to continue it kind of with a medical analogy, you're in cash flow stage 4 cancer. It may be curable, but you got to take action with some therapy and some time to recover. So triage is necessary. You're in what amounts to be a turnaround situation. Uh, you're like that executive that's called in by the board of directors. Hopefully that's not happening to you. That is coming in to shape up this company. It's if you're in that kind of a situation, rapid and decisive action has to be taken, kind of like what someone would take if they're doing a turnaround of your company. But the first thing you got to do is stop the bleeding, of course. That's the first step in triage, right? Stop the bleeding. That means you got to cut expenses. So you got to find areas in your company that you are literally going to stop. It may mean you're going to lose some employees in the process. So you're cutting operating expense. You're going to reforecast under a much more realistic view of incoming revenue, how sales are going to occur. Hopefully there will be some. But you're going to cut your forecast of future revenue based on what you're learning about not getting the revenue you thought you were going to get up to this point in time. So you're going to cut operating expense, reforecast, and stabilize this company. It's the first step in a turnaround situation. Get it. You're essentially going to get a plan for the operating expense of your business under a much more realistic view and conservative view of how revenue is going to come in. So other draconian measures you might consider, I've written them down here so I wouldn't forget them. So you're going to cut the questionable expenses or expenses you don't need, including people. You're going to delay payments, but you're going to negotiate or renegotiate payment terms with your providers. So the choice is going to be either they renegotiate or get nothing, because you're going to be a dead duck soon. Sell assets as a way to get some more money into the company to delay the cash flow issue. Acquire, if you can, at this stage of your company, alternate financing. Borrow some money to get you through this. Use that credit card we've talked about, or your line of credit that we've been talking about. But don't be fooled that you think that this is a short-term phenomenon if it really isn't. If the company is really in trouble using your line of credit, you're not going to be able to pay it back unless you cut expenses. So it's not your line of credit is not an excuse for not cutting expenses. So these are examples of, I call them draconian measures. They're tough. So you've got to turn into this person that's going to reshape the company, stabilize it under an operating plan that makes sense, based on a realistic forecast, and operate that way for several months, and then proceed to create a plan for growth, probably in a very different way than you thought originally. Hope that was helpful. You have a great day on that depressing subject. I look forward to talking to you again. Again, my name is Bill Warner, and I'm with EntreDot.